This is episode 96. We have a date. How I improve my life. Welcome everybody to another episode here in Body Mind Transformation by Custom Body Fitness. This is Sandro Torres, and today I am going to talk to you about how I did improve my life. I really opened my heart here for you because I really want you to improve your life. You're probably in a very good position. This could be only a reminder, but you really need some help. You're in depression, you're struggling, you don't know what to do. So here I tell you what I did and how I was in my worst, even thinking about killing myself, and I wasn't happy. I was broke. I mean, you can think about all the negative things, and I was there. Of course, killing myself is it's deep. I was in very deep depression, but I got out of there. So I wanna get you there. I want you to go through this. I want to explain to you the moment when that happened and how I got out of that depression. So I share with you an honest conversation, and hopefully this conversation change your life, because that's what I want to do. I want to touch your heart and I want to change your life for a better you. So without further introduction, let's listen to the talk. At CBF, we know that for you to change your body, you need to change your mind. Exercise and eating healthy is only part of the plan. We care about our members as we care about our family, because our members become our family. It is not about competition, but support. It is not about being the strongest or the fastest, but about you defeating your negative self. It is about working together and making the task challenging and have fun. By the end, what matters is not how hard the session was, but that you take control of your mind so you can take control of your body. My name is Sandro Torres, and I'm happy you are part of our family. Welcome to Custom Body Fitness. Today, I want to try something different. If you notice, I have a different setting. Today, we are in my office here in Glenwood Springs. Here in this office is where I assess many of our clients. That's when we talk about their eating habits, we talk about the exercise, about the struggles, about barriers, about their goals, about their plan. We talk about a lot of things. I want to invite you to the office. I want to have a date with you. I want to collapse time and I want to collapse space. I know I'm making this talk in a different time and different space where you are. But instead of you thinking about when I record this talk and where I did it, I want you to use your imagination and think that we are in the same time and same space. So welcome to our office here at Glenwood Springs. You and I, we're going to have a conversation, a real conversation. But since the occasion is given for me to speak, instead of you speaking, what I usually do with our members, I let our members speak. I'm going to start. I'm going to start speaking. I feel sometimes that I need to be open with you. And the reason why I need to be open with you, not only so we can build some trust, because I really want to touch your heart, because I want you to understand that I've been in your shoes. I want you to understand that I'm also human, that I also make mistakes, and that I also struggle just like you. So I want to tell you a little bit about myself in this conversation. I want to tell you about the moment of change, when my body, actually my life, took a drastic change. It wasn't too long ago. It was around 13 years. Back then, I remember that I was a completely different person. I was dishonest. I was a cheater. I lie. I steal things. I did many things that wasn't right. I was doing things unconsciously. And I didn't care about people. I just care about myself, my pleasures. I was lost in these human pleasures, and all I cared it was about that. But one day, I fall into depression. I remember I used to rent a basement of my aunt in her apartment. I was in the very bottom. There was a room. It was a nice room, but it was the basement. And I remember that night when I was in a very deep depression that the lights were out. I turned the lights off and I felt some very dark, negative energy. I call them demons, but I just remember that I was afraid, I was scared. And something inside of me thought about killing myself. But then I thought about why I was living, what I was made for. And I thought about all the pleasures I had. And I asked myself the next question, which it was, why I'm in so much pain and when I'm not really happy? Because apparently the face that I was giving to people is that I was happy, but I wasn't happy. I tried to cover many of my struggles and traumas by being active. Active like driving my car, like going partying, like drinking, like dating. That's what I mean with active, not like exercise active. So I asked myself that question. Why I was in so much pain and I wasn't happy? And something inside of me answered that question and say, because you are in the wrong path. You're making a lot of mistakes. Then I thought about all my pleasures. I thought about everything that I had fun with and everything that it was, like I said, it was just pleasures, human pleasures. And then I asked the next question, which was, so then if I'm not made to enjoy myself and enjoy all those human pleasures, what I'm made for? And the next answer I got, it was, and it was coming inside of me, all these answers. By the way, I completely forgot about the darkness. I have no need to turn the light on. All that fear and that negative energy I felt, it went away for that moment when I started asking those questions. Then I asked the next question, which it was, what I'm made for if I'm not made for human pleasures? Then something inside of me answer, you are made to serve people. Then what that's when I realized that I was in the wrong path and I was made to serve people. And then I asked myself another question like, how and when should I start? The answer was, start right now. And you can start by reading. And then I remember a friend of mine. She gave me a book. I honestly tell you, I don't remember her face. I don't remember her at all. I just remember that she was a friend. I just remember that she gave me the book. After that, I have no memory of her. Uh, and the book was called Volar sobre el Pantano. flying over the swamp, and I started reading it. And this book is about the protagonists on these books are three people. Is let's call them like that because I don't remember their names. Is their husband, their wife, and the husband sister. The three of them have struggles. One of them, he used to belong to a gang, and he was in a bad path, and life was turning bad for him. He lost his eye, trying to protect his sister. Because and everything that happened, it happened because of him. Because he was in a gang, and they came and steal things in their house and so on. I don't want to tell you the whole story of the book, but what happened is that he lost his eyes. He had no goals. He was in a lot of debt. He was in trouble. The police was looking for him. There was a lot of things going in his life. So he managed to get out of that deep hole, and he managed to become a very successful manager of a great company. The wife was raped by the boyfriend and the boyfriend's friends. She got raped for many guys, and it was traumatic to her. And she also got out of that hole. She overcome that traumatic moment, and she became one of the best counselors. And somehow they met in a meeting when both needed to attend, and that's how they met. I'm gonna tell you the whole story, and that's how the relation started, and then they got married and so on. And then the third person was, which is the sister of this guy, she also got raped, but she got raped by the uncle. The uncle was raping her for many years, and they don't know until the sister, she became a prostitute. She was in a lot of drugs and so on. So the reality is that the three of them overcame their traumas, and they overcome all the difficulties they went through life. But the book is not only about that story. It tells you a lot of concepts, how you can overcome traumas and how can you make your life successful. So in that moment, I feel like a lot of hunger for a lot of knowledge. Since then, I started reading a lot of books. A lot of books. Books have changed my life completely. They taught me a lot of things, and what matters the most is that I'm genuinely happy. I mean, this is not a superficial happiness. It's I'm happy. I'm happy when I have the struggles. I'm happy when life doesn't go the way I want it to. I'm happy when I'm under stress. I'm happy all the time. Of course, like I mentioned, I have my struggles and I fight to be able to overcome these struggles, but that doesn't make me unhappy. That actually is a challenge that happened in my life, and I learned how to take those challenges as a positive thing and be happy with them. Now I don't try to cover any traumas. I don't try to I don't try to look for pleasures. I'm not lost. Now, thanks to a lot of books that I read, I learned how to live with purpose. I found God. God is always looking for me, looking, yeah, looking for me, like looking over me and making sure that I do things right. Of course, I'm always looking how to please this superior power. I try everything what is in my hands to become a better person. My relationships, before my relationships were just failing relationships. Right now, I managed to have a family. I have a little girl. I'm married. My wife and I, we are happy together. Yeah, we have our struggles just like any other marriage, but we manage to keep our marriage together. And it's not because I have knowledge, Nobody taught me how to keep a marriage, but honestly, there is a lot of books that you can read about how to keep your marriage successful. And those books, some of those books I read, and they're working so far. I managed to be financially free. I don't have to worry about money. Money works for me, so which is good. I manage how to control my emotions and my thoughts when difficulty things happen. When the negative Sandro comes out and I need to fight it, I manage to cover that negative Sandro and come out with a positive Sandro. I manage how to run a business, successful businesses. uh, I manage how to manage my relationship with my friends as well. Uh, there is what else I have learned from books: how to write, how to talk, how to influence people, how to touch their heart, how to be a leader. I learned a lot of things from books. So after I started reading that night, I never stop. At least I read half an hour every day, and I don't go to bed until I finish reading. That's one of those things that I have to do. It's not something that maybe I have time. No, it's something that I have to do because it has completely transformed my life completely. I learned about health. That's what I teach about my clients because I continue learning about health. I learn about the propaganda of the government, how they want to control us, and I fight against a lot of things. And the reason why is because all these books open my eyes and my mind to the real perspective of life and how can I apply that knowledge. Without this knowledge, I won't be successful in anything in my life, and I will be like I used to be in the past, a completely loser and probably in the wrong path. But I'm very happy I picked up that book that night because since then I never stopped reading. Some of the books that I read are Think and Grow Rich, Killing Sacred Cows, The Plant Paradox, Psycho-Cybernetic, Influence, The Shack, The Man Who Sold His Ferrari, Limitless, The Millionaire Next Door, The Extraordinary Leadership. Those are some topics and some books that I read. Of course, I have around 200 books or more than that. And I read some of those books. I read it 2 or 3 times because it's good to go over the knowledge because sometimes we forget. Some other books that I read in Spanish, other titles that I can give you are Polar sobre el Pantano, Juventud en Éxtasis, La Magia, La Generación Desconectada, Decisión Crucial. Those are another titles in Spanish that I read as well. I would love to recommend a book so you can start reading it. But honestly, I don't know in what area of your life you are or what area of your life you are struggling, where you need knowledge, where you need to become a better person. But I recommend you start with the titles that I just give you and go from there. If you're struggling in any area of your life, remember there is a lot of books out there that can help you to overcome those that stress, that challenge that you're going through, because those books give you a specific things to do for you to overcome those problems. Remember, a lot of people has they have struggles, just they have a lot of struggles, and what they do, they write it down and they write down how they overcome those struggles. And if a lot of people become very successful, when I talk about successful, I don't talk about just any success. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about the success of controlling your thoughts and emotions, the things that you eat, the success of being in shape, the success of your relationships, the success of your marriage, the success of growing leaders in your family, the success of running a business, the success of being financially free. There is many ways you can succeed in life. So books are the keys. Just like I wrote two books, and the reason why I wrote two books is because I recollected the knowledge in my life and by reading about two topics. One, I have it right here besides me. It's lose weight permanently. I talk about many struggles and successes of members. And I wrote another book that I don't have with me, and it's called Finding Finding Genuine Happiness. And I talk about my struggles right there. I talk about how I found genuine happiness. And just like me, many other people have wrote a lot of books that can help you with your struggles. If you're gonna get something out of this conversation, please get that. It's very important that you read for you to be able to transform your life. Now, I don't want to finish this conversation because honestly, I feel like this is therapeutic for me. This is helping me. I hope you're getting the same benefit that I'm getting from this conversation. So I don't want to finish here. I think it's time for you to talk. But because of the circumstances, you can't talk right now. But I'm going to stop with this conversation. I'm going to quiet. And it's time for you to record a talk. Share it with me because I want to listen to your struggles. I want to listen what you did to become to become a better person and overcome those struggles. I want to see what can I apply in my life. I want to learn from you. So I'm not gonna say bye in this date that you and I have. What I'm gonna do is just shut up and let you speak and listen to your conversation the next time. Thank you so much for listening to my story. Thank you so much for sitting with me in this day. And it's time for you to talk. So there you have it. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully you already started recording your video. You want to share it with me? Please share it with me in the comments. Because I do want to listen to your struggles. I do want to listen to what's stopping you to become a better person and what you're going to do and the things that you are doing to become a better person and the struggles that you have overcome. I want to know more about you. I want to learn and I want to apply that knowledge that you're going to teach me into my life. I hope once again you really like our conversation, I should say. And share it with other people. Share my conversations, share the part of your conversation, and let it make conclusions, because the only thing you're gonna do is help them get out of that depression, out of that deep hole, and then become a better person. As I always tell you, remember to stay mentally and physically healthy and close to God, and we're gonna tune in the next episode. Thank you for being such a great follower.